aka Diz, and this is The Force Always.
Okay, so welcome to the Star Wars show on weekly. This show is on weekly. Let's get right into it. First bit of news, a Star Wars Episode 9 trailer has not hit as yet, or any teaser or any information. It could happen any day now. We've only got days to the end of this year, 2018. So watch closely. StarWars.com, this channel, whatever you like. Could be something very soon. If not, the predictions are wrong. The rumors are wrong, but we don't know yet. Let's stick around. So to more news, Galaxy Edge, the new fun park, let's say, for Star Wars. It's going to be a Star Wars world or Star Wars land, whatever you like to say, will be coming late in 2019. That's what they've said. They've got a update video, a behind the scenes video for Galaxy's Edge. Gives you a little bit more detail, more excitement about what's happening. It's definitely something all hardcore Star Wars fans would love, and I'm sure regular fans would love, or even regular people. So just a bit of a video online view via the Disney YouTube channel. So check that one out if you can. To more news, John Boyega, who plays Finn in Episode 7 and 8 and I assume 9, has given away a little piece of information of the time gap between Episode 8 and Episode 9. Episode 8 being The Last Jedi, Episode 9 no title as yet, but the time gap will be about a year. How you can calculate a year in a Star Wars universe, because it's technically not a world, it's a universe, but that's what has been said. John Boyega has given a little bit of a hint that it will be a year time frame since we left The Last Jedi, via John Boyega, who played Finn in Episode 8 and 7, and assuming Episode 9. To more news, I don't like advertising other YouTube channels or websites for fairness reasons. I mean, I don't want to sort of favor one over the other, but in the last week, Star Wars Theory YouTube, it's a great YouTube channel, has been sort of putting together in the last while a Vader film, and it has debuted on their channel, or his channel. A bit of a review on that and more detail later on in the show, but check that out. Star Wars Theory, it's a YouTube channel. If you're a hardcore Star Wars fan, you'll check it out. To more news, this is not really Star Wars related, but I've just seen Ralph Breaks the Internet. It's debuted here in Australia. There's some great Star Wars references I will sort of give partly away in a review also later on in the show, so stick around for that. But to any other news for Star Wars, that's it for now. Let's get on with the views. Views is not about predictions. Views is not about how many views you get for a YouTube channel. It's all about my story ideas for any part of the Star Wars saga. And this time around, it's going to be about Boba Fett. Everyone loves Boba Fett. Everyone doesn't want a Boba Fett film, but everyone loves Boba Fett, but they don't want a Boba Fett film. So what do? I think it would be a great tie-in if it has not been announced as yet. I've searched this as much as I can, but it would be great through the new TV series, live action TV series by Jon Favreau, late 2019 on the Disney Plus network, which is yet to be launched, which is all about, it's called The Mandalorian, and technically the lead character looks like a Boba Fett, but it's not Boba Fett, it's a Mandalorian. Technically the same, technically not. If you're a hardcore Star Wars fan, you know that Boba Fett is not a Mandalorian, but it could be down the track we get that he is a Mandalorian. We don't know. But anyway, it would be a great tie-in if Boba Fett was to be in The Mandalorian, and also connecting that character into episode 9. It would be a great sort of like cross promotion. And I think if the character has been weathered since the end, well, the beginnings of Return of the Jedi, if that character Boba Fett has been weathered, has survived the, I think the Sarlacc pit it's called, the big sort of sand sort of monster, if that is official and he has survived through amazing Star Wars storytelling, it would be great to see him in The Mandalorian and then sort of reappear as a really weathered character in episode 9. Now, I know it would be a long time since Return of the Jedi, as there's about more than a decade plus in Star Wars time, but you could have that character have reached an age that's quite epic. And it would be great to see Boba Fett again. And it would really set off the hardcore fans, as well as regular people, to see Boba Fett in episode 9. You could use him, as it's sort of been announced, that episode 9 is going to have a collection of all the episodes in episode 9 as a big conclusion, finale sort of thing. This is what we've been told by rumors and things like that. It's not confirmed, but it would be great to see that character reappear, but hopefully not last a minute. I'm not a huge Boba Fett fan. I do love Boba Fett. I'm not huge on him like hardcore Star Wars fans are, but I would like to see that character come to light, especially with the TV series The Mandalorian. It would be a great tie-in. Anyway, that's my story idea. It's very basic. There's no actual story details to that story idea, but just to sort of have a character reappear from Return of the Jedi into episode 9. It will be interesting, and tying it into The Mandalorian, which is the new TV series next year, 2019. Brought to you by Jon Favreau, one of the masters of storytelling. But anyway, that's the views for this time around. Let's get into the reviews. This is a big one. It's a double review. First review is going to be about Ralph Breaks the Internet. I just saw the film. I tell you what, this film, I highly recommend. It's like a 10 out of 10 film. The reason why I'm going to give it 9.5 out of 10 is because when I saw it, it didn't blow me away, but it was close to. There's so many elements in this film that is so great. Just, you know, the animation, even with the animation when you're dealing with a game character, you can see the stagnant sort of movement of the actual character, which is great. And the animation is so detailed, is lifelike for, you know, sort of cartoon sort of feel. And it's great. The story is very relevant. And it's told so a kid can understand and an adult can appreciate. So many elements about this. There's just so many things about the story that's absolutely perfect. I don't know what it is about animation films, but they really get it right when it comes to stories. Now, this is also a story that doesn't have a huge, sad, reflecting sort of thing about it, which I sort of get a bit annoyed with these animation films because it's sort of like it's a reminiscent of the past of childhood. But this one just has a whole lot of fun visually and story-wise. It just misses the mark for me as a 10 out of 10 film. You could say it is a perfect film. Just coming from myself, it's a 9.5. I was not blown away. There's films out there that have blown me away. This one, I was captivated from the start to the end. The other part of the film that I like about this is that it actually presents in real life, in our real life, some business ideas, like from apps or games or even channels via YouTube or the thing they have in there called this BuzzTube. Just so many things that could actually work outside of this movie in real life. So it's absolutely a great film. Definitely take your child to see this. It suits a kid and it suits an adult. It's going to be a great film, and a lot of feedback from this from other people will really get people back in there. 9.5 out of 10 for the review of Ralph Breaks the Internet. Now, the second review is to do with the YouTube channel Star Wars Theory. I don't like favouring YouTube channels or websites or whoever it is online with Star Wars, as I just don't want it to be unfair, but I think this is worthwhile to mention. Star Wars Theory has released a fan film, and it's called Shards of the Past, Episode 1. It's pretty much about Vader. It's Vader, Shards of the Past, Episode 1. Now, this guy's channel is really well presented. You don't see his face. He's got a nice voice. He's got some great music and things like that. But the actual fan film, Vader, Shards from the Past, Episode 1, was really well put together. Visually, stunning. Actors, stunning. Music was stunning. Props, stunning. Editing, stunning. Everything was stunning. The only areas that I'll say that I have a little bit of an issue with is the actual storytelling of Vader with the Emperor. This, to me, it doesn't completely fit in with what we know as canon, which is actual storyline from the other stories. If that's his own way of just presenting originality, that's fine. But I just thought I was trying to connect to this film in a real way from all the other real episodes of Star Wars, episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, things like I'm trying to connect it with all that storytelling, and it sort of does, but it just misses out a little. Some of the words in the dialogue was a little bit off, and the title, it didn't really have a Star Wars title to it. It had a real dark, mature sort of feel about it, but it just didn't have a Star Wars title feel about it. Now, I'm one to think that a title does make a lot of reasonable sense to be good, to be strong, to really sell the film and to be rememberable. You know, like Back to the Future, you know, Star Wars, Indiana Jones. All these titles are just titles, but they really do connect to the actual film itself. And I think a title is important. And I think his title is fantastic. It's just not really... It didn't have a Star Wars word in it. Usually every Star Wars film has a Star Wars word in it, like Jedi or like Sith or like, not even the Phantom Menace, but clones and things like that. But the only time that Star Wars, the real films, failed was when Rian Johnson used The Last Jedi, which made it like now 2 Jedi films, which is Return of the Jedi and The Last Jedi. It's a little confusing, but that being said, let's get back into Star Wars Theory. Star Wars Theory did a fantastic job. He loves his work. He loves the channel. That guy really rocks for me. Definitely check it out if you're a hardcore Star Wars fan. He's really just made a great business idea for the channel and outside the channel. And not just that, just created some excitement and something that the fans want to see. I give it a total of 8.5 out of 10. It's great. Stay tuned to his channel to see if that continues. I'm sure it will through funding and stuff like that, but he's just done a fantastic effort. Check it out, Star Wars Theory. It's a YouTube channel. If you can't find that, just look up Vader, Shards of the Past, or From the Past, Episode 1. It's one of those. Check that out. It's worthwhile for a hardcore Star Wars fan and a mild Star Wars fan. Other people will enjoy it, but they won't get it completely. But it's still worthwhile. That's my reviews for this time around. Let's get into the interviews. It's 2Q2 question as I'm sort of concentrating on Star Wars Celebration Chicago 2019. I thought I'd ask some questions for myself to answer you guys if you're going out there. What should you wear at Star Wars Celebration? Well, let me tell you what you should wear. A t-shirt, a really oversized hoodie that can act as a blanket, and I would probably wear pants that are like cargo pants where you got extra pockets, because you'll probably need it for whatever it is. Because when you are enduring Star Wars Celebration, which is a whole lot of fun, it's a whole lot of work. And as it might be hot outside, you know, warm and humid like Orlando was, inside it could be very air conditioned as Orlando was, and you could shiver. So you need a blanket even though it's hot outside. Don't mistake that at all, or you will be shivering in the middle of the night, as I was in Orlando. So definitely wear some sort of hoodie that's oversized. You can act as a blanket. T-shirts, so when you're getting hot. I'd wear pants. Forget the shorts, just go straight pants. Maybe cargo pants, just as sort of those extra pockets for, you know, buying things or cash or whatever you need to do. It's a good idea. That's what you should wear at Star Wars Celebration. Any of them. Next question. How to endure sleep at Star Wars Celebration. This is a big one. I knew I was up for a real sleepless, you know, enduring time at Star Wars before I went. But you don't know how to take it on until you've actually taken it on. Last time in Orlando, the first night was Star Wars. There was the 40th anniversary celebration panel, and the second day was the Last Jedi panel. Which one to choose out of those two was very hard, but there was a tad more excitement for the Last Jedi, but that was the second day. So how to endure this is that get there the night before in Chicago, have a massive sleep in and just relax. That's a big key. But when you're packing your backpack going into the event, pack some sort of doona that you could use as a mattress. Nothing too big, because you can't take things too big, I think, other than a backpack. That was the rules of last time. Whether it changes this time, I don't know. But use the backpack as the pillow and use inside the backpack as the storage for some sort of blanket, some sort of doona that can act also as a mattress, because you will be on a wooden or concrete floor in that line for minimum 19 hours if you want to get into the actual, you know, live stage. They have usually a live stage, and then another stage they'll have the TV and visual performance of this, but you want to just get yourself a blanket in that thing. Anyway, that's how to endure to sleep. The secret ingredient is the night before, but even if you have a big sleep the night before, you will be extremely tired by the second day. Just know when to sleep and when to talk to the fans while in the line. And talking to the fans in the line, it's amazing. It's fantastic. I made some great friends to this day, still got them rocking on. Anyway, so that's the interviews 2Q this week. That's the show for this time around. Please go over to Patreon if you like, /The Force always. Support the channel. If not, subscribe to this channel, the weekly Star Wars show. This is a weekly Star Wars show, The Force Always, only on YouTube. Like, share this video, repeat it if you want for more details. Send me in a question via Twitter or my Instagram, which is down there, or even just that way if you can, that'd be great. And until next time, my friends, you just keep rocking.